All right, Mom, I want to talk to you about the fruit of joy. This lesson this month is all about helping your daughter understand how much God delights in her. And there's so many ways we could talk about joy. It influences every aspect of our life. But for the sake of your daughter's developmental years and where she's at, we really want her to get a sense and understanding that God is overwhelmed and delighted in who He designed her to be. We want her to celebrate her design. And as you talk about this when she's little, this will be an ongoing conversation to when she's an adult. Okay, so my oldest has super curly hair. If you ever see pictures of her, they're tight curls. And she's had them since she was little. I have lots of friends with curly hair. And over the years, I would hear them complain. Full into adulthood, right? Like this sense of, I wish I had a different set of hair. Well, I think all of us women can relate to something. There's something about our design that we're like, oh, I wish I didn't have that, or I wish I didn't have these hips, or I wish my eyes were bigger, or I wish, right? Well, I remember thinking, I want my little one, Adonai, to celebrate those curls. God gave them to her on purpose and with great joy, to be honest. And so I wanted her to get that sense. So I remember at this age, when she was little, we would talk about that and how fun it was for God to knit together her little body. And He even knew the number of hairs on her head and the excitement. And we'd giggle about that as we tried to count the curls in her hair. Well, she's got a lot of them. And I remember the moment after starting these conversations when she was little. I remember the moment when she was a little preteen. And she said, Mom, I really like that God gave me curls. And to this day, she still owns those curls with confidence. And it's actually kind of rare for a teenager to be confident in their curls. She takes good care of those curls. And I know it sounds simple, but it frees her up to not have to focus so much on herself now. So much of our insecurities absorb all that energy that is meant to be able to love God and to love others and to celebrate one another. So we want to start with our girls when they're little. And so much of this is probably speaking to the little girl in you. You probably struggle with things. If you're a human being, a woman, you struggle with things you're insecure about. And so I want you to stop and think, what are the things that God designed in me that I can celebrate and say out loud so my girl, my daughter can hear me celebrate and have joy in the way that I'm designed? As you have this conversation this month, you're really wanting to foster a sense of, wow, look what God did in me, to celebrate that. Versus a lot of us who grow up maybe in the church or have been around the church at some level, we get concerned about creating vain girls or girls that are all focused on their outer appearance. And I will tell you from a clinical worldview and an understanding of insecurity that the more that our girls are confident in what God has designed them to be, the less they focus on themselves. It's actually how humility works. We're freed up to celebrate God and to love others. So you're going to talk about her outer appearance, her personality, and I also want you to be vulnerable about where you struggle so she knows that it's normal. This is not something that's a one and done. You're starting this conversation, and over time, you're going to watch God grow. Just like I did with Adonai, as I saw over the years, her starting to accept her curls, even through the times when she was frustrated and disappointed and looked at all the girls with straight hair who didn't have to do as much in the morning, or so she thought. So this is a fun lesson. So let's watch God continue to grow joy in you and delighting in your daughter as she also grows in joy of learning that God designed her on purpose, and she can be confident of that. You're the right mama for the job, and this is a time when you are trusting that God is growing the fruit of joy in you and in your daughter as you lean into Him.